Hello and welcome back everybody to Sunsaw Gaming. Alright, so player masteries, that's what we have for you today, and we've got 3 matches. So these were all sent in by Dangles. Love the new name, by the way. Some of you may have seen some of his old videos on my channel, Cooperative L, but he now runs by the name Daddy Dangles. So smash that subscribe button for me, hit the like button too, it helps out, and we'll get right into the match. So, our first match here, he's on Hellas, and he's driving the Object 140. Now, this is the Russian medium. Sorry guys, I'll just get this off the screen real quick. And yeah, so, Object 140, the Tier 10 Russian medium. Now, most people prefer the T-62A over this tank, just because this one's turret is not quite as troll bouncy as the T-62A. However, this tank has a whole different ability of its own. Unlike the 62A, the front armor plate on this tank is slightly more angled and gets a few more troll bounces than the T62A will. So this tank does much better in a brawl situation. Dangles there just crashing into the Vickers coming up next to him. But you know what? There's always some bumper tanks in the mix with these games. Now, he's clearly looked at the team lineups here. He's seen that they're down light tank, which he has in the form of the Vickers, and he got real aggressive. He's pulled up here, he's got the first shot into the waffle there, and he's got to fire the second one into this object. And he's just going to use this position. This is just going to be a farm fest for the first little bit of a game. And if your enemy gives you map control, this is exactly what you need to do. Just keep your hit points, stay out of range of their view, and just farm damage for distance. And it's something that is really good. Now, a lot of teams, like, if they push in and they get aggressive and they're getting heated in the mix, they will blame you and call your nub and be like, oh, you're so useless. But fact of the matter is, damage for distance is smart gameplay. Now, he's not going to sit back here and farm the whole game. He's going to sit back here and farm, and nice kill on the object there. He's going to sit back here and farm while he has shots. Now, he doesn't have shots. He's pulling in. He's getting in there. He's getting in the mix. And that's the thing. He's not camping. He's farming damage for distance, which is the smart thing because it saves your hit points. So, great job by Daddy Dangles there, just providing that little bit of gameplay just to show us what damage for distance is. Gets a troll bounce off the FV there, just hitting the gun mantle. It didn't fire far enough back, and he's also got this yo, which is going to pressure him, but he can't hit the yo effectively. He does snap the shot into the FV, which is good because, I mean, he's a medium tank, he's got the reload, he's got the DPM, so he doesn't have to worry about the yo that's right in front of him. Again, he is farming damage for distance. He's keeping himself safe, he's farming out the enemy team. Anytime he gets shot, now, unfortunately, he didn't have the gun depression there to get the shot on the FV. It does happen a fair bit with this tank. It doesn't have the best of gun depressions. And now this yo has finally decided, look, I've got my reload on, I can pull up here and I can take out this guy. Now, very silly move. He's got 2 shots in this yo, and Daddy Dangles had way too much HP for this guy to clear. Now, Dangles is going to do the right thing. He's just going to keep circling him, he's going to hit him as much as he can, and then before the yo reloads, pulls up over the crest. Perfect gameplay, like getting out of that way. Now here, I probably would have waited for that shot at the lower plate as he pulled over, but Dangles went for the more difficult hatch shot. There's one shot by the yo. I'm pretty sure he's fired the second shot as well, and Daddy Dangles here manages to get the clearance shot on him, which is great gameplay, great gameplay. So far, he's up to he's over 4,000 damage, like, and he's hardly even been trying. I mean, he's only got 16 hit points left, so let's see if he can survive the rest of this match. The last 2 tanks, the IS-4 is half hit points, and the other tank is at full HP. But there are 4 people on Daddy Dangles' team. His IS-4 is a 1-shot though, which is not the best for him, and his other tanks there are very, very healthy. Now, he does manage to get that nice shot into the side of the Centurion there. And again, track shot with a fire, always a good bonus when you get that fire. And he's just using these rocks as cover. He is still held down, and as you can see, he's in a medium tank, he's continuously moving. Apart from when he was farming that damage for distance at the start, and even then, he was still moving quite a bit. And there goes the enemy team. Made it look too easy, Dangles. And that's exactly what can happen if you do not play the role of your tank. Now that medium, he could have easily gone out towards Daddy Dangles there, passively scouted him at the start. Great 6,282 damage there, Dangles. But because the enemy medium didn't get himself into position, Dangles just farmed out good and proper. Now our second one here on Canal, we're going to speed up the start of this match just until Daddy Dangles gets himself into position, because it takes a little bit for him to get there, which, fair play, fair play. I'm not even mad at how long it takes Dangles to get into position, because I do the same thing. I pull up here and I always, if I'm in a TD, sit behind this bush. This bush is great for TDs, because if their heavies do cross over and try to get up to where A cap is, you get so many great side shots there and they don't spot you because you're behind soft cover. So with that out of the way, we're going to slow it back down, back to normal speed here. Daddy Dangles pulling up onto A, going for the cap. It is supremacy, which is the correct thing to do. You need to cap these bases. Now you can see he's just going to quickly check here and make sure he's not falling out of the cap circle as he tries to get a shot on that Ho-Re. Can't quite get the shot, but he's not going to lose the cap points to take it. So does get the cap, right decision. Now he's going to pull out. I'm not sure why he pulls up onto the ridge here, but you know what, it works out for him. He gets a very nice shot there into the side of the T-54E2 Shark, and he's, again, he is just going to farm. I mean, he's in a TD, he's allowed to farm. He's not sitting right back up on the hill like most people would. And in fact, he's actually going to use a position later in the map, which I was hoping to put into my secret TD spots. But I mean, we'll get to that. For now, he's just going to sit here. He's going to look for the shots. Now you can see most of the Dead Dangles team here has gone into the B cap area. The enemy have gone out D side, but the enemy have made a mistake by not capping D. They have the advantage over there, and instead of capping D on supremacy, they're trying to farm damage. Cap bases, guys, it's supremacy, especially if you've got zero opposition. The enemy could have pulled into D, capped that base, and still had shots on some of the Daddy Dangles team here. So, big mistake by the enemy there. Great blind shot by Daddy Dangles, and he's going to get another one here in a second if that guy has not moved. Which works out in his favour. Meadsy, you've got competition for that blind shot king roll. Daddy Dangles just slamming them into this guy who is silly enough to not move. Fires that one, and you see that shell ricochet off straight up into the air. So unfortunately that does mean they cap base D. However, I mean, the supremacy points are really quite close at this point, and the only reason they are so close is because the red team has managed to clear out 3 of Dangles' teammates. His platoon mate is still alive in the T14 over there. He's doing what he can, and Daddy Dangles is in this TD position, which I love. I don't like sitting back on that hill that everybody sits on. This hill is the hill to be on. You get the gun depression, you get the gun elevation, you're still at a massive distance, and you're able to move across this ridgeline and get all of the different angled shots into all of the different tanks wherever they may be. So this is a secret TD spot of mine. Daddy Dangles is showing it off very nicely here, so thank you for that, Dangles. And just farming out the enemy. It is now a 3 versus 4, and those supremacy points, they are still going up. Now Daddy Dangles team, your name is such a tongue twister sometimes, are up on supremacy points, which is a good thing for them. But it's now a 4 versus 1, and Daddy Dangles, again, he's not lit yet. He's farming damage for distance. Now, they are pushing towards him. He knows that. He's going to get off the hill early before they spot him, which is the correct move. And he's going to pull out. He's going to get another shot into this Foch here with a nice track shot. He wasn't aiming for it, but it's always a great bonus when you get those track shots. Going for the kill shot here. Just going to look for the hatch. Blind shot, hatch, kill. Goodbye, Foch. You should have probably kept pushing in, mate. Keep wiggling your front, keep using that armor profile. You might have got Dangles here. But now it is a 3 versus 1, which is good for Dangles. And I mean, the enemy is capping base B. You've got this E50 who is coming after Daddy Dangles here, gets another track shot. Unfortunately, he does take a hit from the TD, which is still camping on the enemy side of the map. Daddy Dangles here, he's now lost those supremacy point advantages. So the only way for him to win this is to either A, get up there on B and recap that base and slow down their points, but he's also still going to need to get that kill. So gets up around here, this guy's not paying attention, Daddy Dangles picks up the kill on him, he's out of the game, and that keeps this game going a little longer. Now this E50, all he had to do was hide. All he had to do was hide, and he would have won. Daddy Dangles gets the kill shot on him, evens out the points, gets 1,000 there. Way to clutch it. Way to clutch the game. Unlike what Droodles said recently in his video, something about why it's impossible to clutch games. It's wrong. Sorry, Droodles, you're wrong. That's how you clutch a game. 4 versus 1 in a TD that doesn't have a spool liner and has 0 armor. Clutched it using those supremacy points. So well done on that one, Dangles. And we're going to hop right into the third match here. Now this one is on Oasis Palms. Oh, running out of juice in my voice, guys. And he is driving the IS-4. Now, this is a very interesting map. A lot of the times you get very even sort of teams, like you see here, 3 heavies each side, 3 mediums or lights each side, and 1 TD. The lineups every time I get this map are very similar, and what the teams do is always very different. But this is one of those maps where you cannot split up. You cannot send heavies into the heavy side and mediums out to the medium side. It generally doesn't work out well for your team. It's always best to go all one way. Whether you all go out to the dunes or you all go through the city, it's the best way to do it. Now, that medium tank that was going to go through the city has realised that the heavies are going out to the field here, and he's turned around and he's coming back out to the field as well. So Daddy Dangles' team, they're all on the same page. They are all coming out to the field, which is the right move. Now, Dangles is lit. Unfortunately, I mean, I don't like getting lit in the middle of the map where he is. There's just too many opportunities for enemies to crossfire. Nice shot to the side of that tank there. And, I mean, you can see the enemy's mistake already. There are tanks in town. There are tanks out in the field. Who's going to win, guys? You decide. I mean, it's just not smart. Not a smart play by the enemy here. But, I mean, if they're going to go and do this, they need to do exactly what these guys are trying to do. They're trying to cap that base, or at least one of them is. And that's what you need to do if you do split up, okay? Because that's going to put pressure on these guys out here in the field. They may make mistakes and they may get cleared out. However, that's not going to be the case here. Daddy Dangles is just holding that position, keeping all their heavies in town there lit up, popping off shots where he can. His team have got control over in the back behind him in the corner of the map there, and that's great for Daddy Dangles and his team. So, I mean, they're winning this. The enemy heavies have realised that they're in the wrong place. They're trying to push out to the field, but of course, that's not going to work out too well for them. Daddy Dangles spotting the opportunity to go after this Yo who was focusing on his teammate, gets in here, the Yo's on a reload, Daddy Dangles has no problems clearing him out with the assist of his teammate there. And yes guys, this is from the last update, these videos. Sorry about that, but it took me a little bit to get them out. But they're here now. This was like literally the day or two before the update came out, I think. But yeah, Daddy Dangles doing the right thing. He knows his team's got control of the field. He doesn't have to worry about that, so he moved in on the heavies that are in town. And I mean, he's got a max roll here. Let's see if he can pop it into this guy and get a max roll. Unfortunately, he does not max roll it. But, you know, it's a luck of the draw with that perk sometimes. And this VK just, all the unluckiness. Dangles just pops himself underneath his tank, which gets the kill. It just works just as well as jumping on someone. Jump under them. You'll get the damage. Very unfortunate for that VK there. Not the smartest play though. I mean, that VK should not have pulled out at all. He could have sat behind the buildings, side scraped his life away, and done really, really well. But the enemy have actually cleared out Daddy Dangles' team out here in the field, which is not a good thing. I mean, it was looking like Dangles' team could have controlled the field and won the field, but they haven't. And that's okay. Now, he's going to ignore that heavy that's driving across straight in front of him, and he does shoot the medium. Now, the medium's gone. He's driving straight towards Dangles' medium. Dangles' medium can take care of him. He's got the hit points, and Daddy Dangles is just going to try and farm the damage off this M103, who is too busy worrying about the Ho-Re here. So, I mean, good job M103, you went for the low hit point target, all that jazz. you're still a tier 9, mate. You're not going to beat Daddy Dangles in a one-on-one fight. That Ho-Ri, however, can pin Daddy Dangles all day long. He's also got the big alpha gun, and the reload on it isn't too bad. So Daddy Dangles here, making the correct decision, shooting the correct target. The M103 may be behind him, but Daddy Dangles still has his teammate, which is there, and he's going to farm. His teammate is a one-shot, and the Ho-Ri sees this. The Ho-Ri's going to go for his teammate. Doesn't manage to get it because Dangles is on point, clears him out. Now his turret was damaged there, he's managed to repair it. This M103 is trying to circle him and get to the weak points on this IS-4. It's not going to happen for him. I mean, just back up, dude. Back up. Shoot the lower plate. It's easy enough. You can do it in a light tank, you can do it in a medium, you can damn sure do it in an M103. But you didn't. You lost the game there, guys. Great play to Daddy Dangles there, just controlling the middle of the map and helping his team get that win. So thank you, Dangles, for sending these in. I do love your replays. I love those 3 masteries. 5,899 damage there with 4 kills. And what more can I say? Keep sending them in. Guys, if you want your replays here, send them in. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Until next time, stay safe, use cover. Cheers.